Okay, so first things first, we are going to be using the following brushes. I'm going to be using the Princeton Neptune 8 and then the Silver Black Velvet in the 4. And I'm just going to have the mop brush in the 1 handy on the side just in case I need it. I'm using leftover color from our session on Thursday. And I am going to start off by adding some of the cherry red into my palette, and I'll just add it right there. And now I am going to make sure that I also have my yellow ochre handy, so we're going to use that for the centers. And for the greens, I'm going to again do a mixture of my favorite green from St. Petersburg, along with not the sienna this time, but the indigo. So we'll get like a darker hue, more bluish sort of hue. All right, so we're gonna start. I'm going to use my number 8 to mix some color that I've added on here. So I am mixing this color and I'm making sure that the other two colors that I have are handy in terms of they're washed, they're damp, and they're ready to go. So first thing I'm going to do is get a good enough amount of color on here with water. And then I am going to make sure that I have my paper ready and I'm going to splatter. And as soon as I've done splattering, I'm going in with my number 4, as long as I can do this, and we are going to create florals based on where the water is placed right now. So I'm just going to create little tiny florals with this brush. And I'm literally just like spreading the water around and almost pretending like these are like these cute little simple florals happening around the area. You can feel free to kind of make them a little more defined, but I'm sticking with my loose floral idea and I'm keeping them extremely loose and like flowy, so to speak. I'm going to add a couple more, and I was going to do one more here before I do my next step. And my next step is going to be this. And you will see. So my next step, I am going to take the same number 4 and get some of my yellow ochre directly on it, dipping the tip in water, and I am just going to add a couple of strokes of color in the areas indicating the center of the flower. And so this one I made that a center as opposed to making it 2 separate flowers, so I'm now extending the pink that I had there. And again, I'm going to continue and add some to the centers around here, some here, and then as and where I need to adjust, I'm just going to add a little bit more of that pink to extend and make it another petal, and then just adding a little bit of hint to those areas so it kind of spreads out and gives us a nice enough blend. I'm gonna do some here, and I'll do some here as well, and here. Some at the bottom. And this I'll just leave kind of extending outward there. Now I'm just going to go back in, get some of that color, and add petals and extend these florals so that they look a little more finished and obvious. And also this enables me to kind of add an extra touch of color so you can have that nice light and dark happening for your florals. Just adding some petals on this end and this. And then just adding the yellow ochre to the centers. I think we've done all the centers, to be honest. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that purple in there too over here in this floral. And notice that I'm leaving white space as well. And I'm kind of just leaving it very loose and open-ended almost. So now that I have this array of flowers, I'm going to go ahead and do the, oh, got some color on here. Let's just make this a flower as well. I'm going to get some of that pink and I'm just going to add it. Literally, the whole concept is to just make it seem very organic shaped florals that form, I guess, a whole picture of florals. Or I think we're going to make this like a nice I want to say strand, but no, like a stem of florals. Stem of florals? Is that right? Can't be right. I don't know. But you guys know what I mean. Like it's going to be all joined together. So now I'm going to mix in some of the blue, my indigo blue with the... So, yes, you guys know about my dilemma with the naming of my colors. So this is either the indigo or the azure, but it's like a nice dark turquoisey color, and I'm getting this nice turquoisey green, or teal green rather. And now I'm just gonna use, I'm gonna get some of that sepia too. I've changed my mind and add it in there just so I can get a nice darker, not so bright as the florals hue. And I'm going to join these flowers. So let's just add stems. To our little section here, and then some can just be like flowing outward. They don't have to just all stem from the same stem. You can have kind of some just happening this way. This one can just be attached to this here. You can give it a little bit of bottom if you wish. And then we'll do our leaves. And for the leaves, I'm just going to keep it simple and like almost like wildflowers, almost kind of have it extending and then like trailing off, and then some super tiny ones. And then feel free to add like a little bit of pink in there as well to like give it that nice hue of like pinky purple happening. So I'm going to get some of that pink here and add it into the leaf, into a leaf. And then getting some water, I'm going to brush it off to the edge so that it gives you that nice faded look. I'm going to get some more green and just add it in there. So again, we get like a different kind of hue. And I'm extending this, pushing all the color down. There we go. And then let's get some over here on this end, and I'm just going to add like one linear line, pressing down, pushing down all the color. I'm going to get a little bit of that pink and add it on here to another leaf that's happening, possibly touching the first one we did, and then a smaller one at the edge. And pushing all the color down. And then just getting a darker green and just adding a little bit of hint in the greens that we've added already. And it's like super simple, but look how pretty it gets by just adding splashes of color and then kind of going in and adding your own loose strokes. So the whole point of this exercise again is to show you a new technique for you to experiment and learn like that there's no real right or wrong way in achieving a certain look for loose florals. Like you can try so many different things and get some pretty interesting effects. So just go with the flow, try new things, try this method, see what you can get. And yeah, send me your stuff on Facebook and Instagram. I want to see what you guys come up with. So this is what I've come up with. Let me know in the comments what you think. Practice, practice, practice. And let's meet on Sunday, guys, our Valentine's Day special. And hopefully we can incorporate some pretty stuff happening. I believe I mentioned roses. So, yes, so I'll see you guys on Sunday, and have a lovely Saturday with your families, guys. Bye.